どうも、エルズと申します。カタールグランプリ後に行われたインタビューに対応した角田選手とガスリー選手、そして今シーズン初入賞を果たしたジョー選手、計3人のコメントを日本語訳と合わせてご紹介いたします。それではどうぞ。
It looked like a strong start out there. P13 at the end of it. Can you talk us through your race and how it unfolded?
Yeah, I had a good start, which I was aiming for. Which I knew this start is the only opportunity, and to be honest, after that, it was pretty disaster. I didn't expect like that much of a bad pace, and yeah, I just give it everything, but just not enough at all.
What can you take from this weekend heading into the final race in Abu Dhabi?
Yeah, I'll have to reset, but yeah, definitely reset. Have to learn for the future, but something that probably we're not finding yet that to perform here. To be honest, last year was also similar thing. So we have to revise or definitely look through what's happening here to make it better, even for next year as well.
We're going to pause the discussion here. Joe, congrats. Well done. Because amongst the stewarding decisions and all of that we can talk about, there are a couple of unbelievably good news stories from the results. One of those is points for Sauber. Now, we spoke earlier in the week about how much that would mean to you in the final two races of your Sauber career and currently your F1 career. Can you put into words what it feels like standing here as a point scorer in 2024 in the Sauber?
Yeah, we expect our to score points a lot earlier, but then obviously everything just didn't went the way we hoped, we liked, and we came from such a long way throughout the season, and then to make this massive turnaround in the last three races, thanks for this new package, but then also for myself, I think nobody remember your first race, everybody remember your last race, so I want to exit Formula One in the best way possible and showing the team what I can do in the paddock, and then looking forward for the next chapter, looking forward to a comeback, and I just want to enjoy the race, and today was just intense, but well executed from everyone.
I was going to ask you, at one point we heard you come over the radio, and I know you're in the heat of battle, but you said, do not speak to me. How hard were you having to push out there? How physically intense was this race? Obviously a bit easier than last year because of the safety cars and the much cooler temperatures, but the G-forces out there are extreme.
Yeah, last year it wasn't a race, it was a heat chamber survival, but yeah, this year, it's different, it's intense, just because the last set of the sting, we had a hard tire, and then a lot of people around us was even on fresh, soft, new medium. We have to, work on the tire temperature, also try to not losing a lot of positions, fighting with Kevin, Alex, it was always difficult. And then it was just quite intense. I want to be in the zone because it was just, enough for me just try to control the car and pushing in the limit through all this high-speed section. And yeah, everything worked well, and I think the message, everything was straightforward, clear, and I was able to just put myself in the right sting and feeling comfortable about it.
How's the feeling in the team this weekend? I was walking through the pit lane before you were released to the grid, and your team were the only ones practicing pit stops just before. I feel like you knew this was a chance. Was there big team meetings? Was there anything special going on?
Pit stop has been a nightmare for us this season, and it's definitely been very challenging, and I think coming into the race weekend today, we knew that this is our best chance to score points for both cars. So I see the guys did amazing, practicing throughout the weekend, also throughout the season, the improvements from 45 seconds all the way to, a few times the best stops of the weekend. So big credit for them. And, today I think I get what they deserve for a long time. I'm really happy and, exit the team in the best way I could.
Now, look, you could have started 8th and finished 8th, and you'd be just as happy to have the points, but you didn't. You had to work for it. You had some really great battles out there. So how much fun was it just getting to race and pass some cars?
I mean, I'd rather to start 8th, finish 8th, very stable race, but it's enjoyable, but it's very intense, challenging. Start was okay, but then we lost some gear sinking to turn 1, lost some position, and then I want to make up for it. Everything afterwards just being very good, and then make the move when it matters, and saving its tire to go along on the medium stint. So the pace was just very strong and a lot better than I expected. So yeah, that's why we are here, fighting for the points. And we had a very strong race today and delighted.
points for Sauber. We're all delighted for you. Congratulations.
Thank
Same
you.
again in Abu Dhabi. The car's clearly performing with that new front wing.
Yeah, Qatar clearly is a lucky place for me. You know, last year starting P19, this year first points for the team. So we will keep it up and try to enjoy the final race for the team.
Thank you so much, Joe. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Well done. We're going to replace one driver with another. I'm sure there's been plenty of tears in that Sauber garage. Pierre Gasly, welcome.
Excellent.
Pierre,
Thank you.
congratulations.
Thank you.
P5 for Alpine. We've been loving this battle for P6. You've probably found it a bit more intense than we have, but what a haul of points that was. How much did that play on your mind as you were coming through what was quite a chaotic race ultimately?
It was a very intense race, very eventful. I really want to see the highlights on YouTube after the tonight
It's worth a
because
watch.
yeah, I've seen a lot of safety cars. Like, what's going on? What's the reason? I could see debris a bit everywhere. So it was it was very intense. We tried to keep it clean, which wasn't easy as well because there were parts of the race which were pretty tricky with cold tires, etc. But in the end, the car was really good. And I tell you, on this track, when you get a nice balance. And you're fighting for good position. You know, this year is the second time I can fight for a top 5. I wasn't going to let Carlos, I wasn't going to give him an easy time. So I gave it absolutely everything, and I'm glad we managed to hold on to it.
How is it now fighting with, for the third race in a row, fighting with Mercedes, with Ferraris, and you're holding your own now in the Alpine?
It's, at the start of the year, these guys, the only time I will see them is when they put the blue flag on us. So it's definitely different. And that's why I'm really proud of the team because when you see the way they've managed to turn around the whole season, a couple of months ago, we were so far back, and they still kept pushing. They kept trying to work and find performance on that car, even though the concept wasn't great. And that's what they did. Like, you look at the performance over the last 3-4 races, just been very impressive. So big congrats and thanks to them.
Pierre, we're going to have to let you go. There's literally a queue of media wanting to speak to you,
Okay,
so sorry it's been short and sweet.
いかがだったでしょうか。ようやくチーム初ポイントを獲得したザウバー。両ドライバーともにシーズンはチームを去ることが決まっていますが、最終戦で優秀の美を飾ることはできるのでしょうか。コンストラクターズランキングは、マクラーレンとフェラーリの差が21ポイントとなりました。また、ガスリーとマグヌッセンが入賞したことにより、アルピーヌ、ハース、RB のポイント差も開いています。最終戦で順位の入れ替わりがあるのかも注目ですね。また今後も F1 に関しての情報をまとめた動画を制作していく予定です。継続するためにもぜひいいねやチャンネル登録をお願いいたします。インタビューの内容について、または動画の感想などコメントでいただけると嬉しいです。それでは。